Hello everyone, yes, I'm Mark and I'm here with...
Hello.
And we are going to go through our self-defense video 24. So, in the last video we introduced the clinch. We're going to recap on some of the clinch techniques that we went through last week, and then we're going to slowly advance that to kind of complete clinch work for self-defense. So, we started by initiating the clinch on the back end of throwing a rib kick or a kick that might be caught. So recapping what that looks like, Talal would throw a kick, his kick will get caught, and then in this split moment here you will start to judge how tightly is my leg being caught, is his hands down, the range between yourself and the opponent. So straight away Talal's thinking, okay, my foot's a bit loose, I can literally squeeze my foot out and drag it all the way out, no problem. But what if that was tight? Again, throwing a kick is quite tight. You could even give it a little bit of a tug just to see it's not going anywhere. But then he now looks, am I in range? He's in a range to throw a couple punches, boom, 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 cool. That can stun me or set me off guard, which then will enable him to hopefully loosen the grip. Which will enable him hopefully to loosen the grip and he can jump out, or what he did there, he jumped close, because then you initiate the clinch. So jumping around to grab the clinch, exactly. He's now got me in what we call the full plumb, ensuring that his hands are at the crown of my head, ensuring that his forearms are tight across my chest, and then he squeezes his elbows in, so you can hear already as I'm talking, the tighter he gets, the more difficult it is for me to talk because of how tight he's squeezing my head. Now from this position here, he is now in full control of my body. So if he was to step out to his left, keeping my chest, keeping the head close to his chest, you see I followed. Same if he was to step out to his right, same again. If he was to step backwards, again I'm gonna go and step forwards, again I'm gonna go. Perfect. That's exactly what we looked at last week. We also made sure that when you got the full plumb, your feet were a bit more square rather than being in a fighting stance. I like to think of it like an anchor. So imagine being in that full plumb and you set yourself up for a squat. Good. So now all your weight are in your legs. So I have to now try and take on the weight of your whole body rather than stand up straight for me, rather than just your upper body strength. So you're really anchored and you're making it difficult for me to bring my head up. In the last video we looked at Talal's strength and we saw the difference between holding the neck and holding the crown of the head. So holding the neck, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. All I'm saying is that it's not 100% effective. If that person is nice and strong, it can be difficult, but if you're strong too, you can see the head will slowly start to dip. Whereas if that person's nice and strong, no matter what you do for the head, go on, stand up. He doesn't want to do it. No matter what they do, so he's quite strong. Yeah, so no matter what they do, if I give it a little bit more force, you can see he's slowly starting to go. He is strong, so I had to kind of put in a bit more effort, but that was just one hand. So that's the importance of the clinch, hand positioning, leg positioning, how to hold it nice and tight. Okay, now defending the clinch, just nice and lightly, we looked at, let's start one hand for one hand. So you do your left, I do my left. We looked at working with this defense. So remember, when we had the kick earlier on, my hand was down, which enabled him to get the full plumb. So really, when you catch a kick, you want to make sure that your hand is up. So when he grabs for the head, you've got at least one chance. Let's show you what that looks like. He throws a kick, cool, this hand is up, he jumps in for the clinch. I've already got this hand here. I drop, so this hand is free. I can start to come through, lifting my head up, and now I've got both hands through the middle because his elbows weren't so tight together. We worked through the hand positioning, taking one at a time. I also said you can do this on a pillow, but you might be asking yourself, what if they had me in the clinch? What do I do then? This is what today's video is about. I'm just going to show you a few options. Option number one, you've been grabbed in what we call the clinch. They grab the back of your head. Straight away, one option is this. You have to react quickly. You can drop your weight, lift your chest up, and push with the elbows up. Sometimes they're a bit strong, so I'll show you what to do after. But initiating that counter can be very effective if it's done quite quickly. So for example, someone goes to grab you, straight away you lift and you push their elbows up, you drop your weight. What I'm not doing is this, bringing my head down, because reaction very easy could be a knee to the head. Good. So watch again, what I'm not doing is this, here with the head down and catching a knee to the head. What I am doing is this, straight away I drop my weight and lift up. Drop my weight, chest up, lift up, making sure the shoulders are back. So that's one simple defense. And it works the same way if someone was to try and go grab your shoulders or grab your coat or your jumper. As they go to reach, you can lift straight away up. One more time, straight away up. Even if you're unsure what you saw me do there, I took a step backwards just to give me a little bit more room. Okay, second thing now, you're in the clinch. What to do then? You're in the clinch. I said in the last video, secure one hand. Doesn't matter where, it could be here, it could be at the top. Secure one hand. This enables you to have a bit more of a balance. So if you was to step, you can keep control and it stops you from falling over. So from here you might be thinking, okay, this is a bit tight, Mark. Initially what you want to do is try and work your hand through the middle. But as you can see, he can defend that quite well. This is a no-no, I've dropped both hands. So you always want to keep one hand. Yeah? So it's not working, I try to go through the middle, it's too tight. So then I start to think about his face. You've got the eyes, the nose and the mouth. Now, one very effective way of making sure you get some space is this. You're in the clinch, or let's say some sort of headlock. What I really want is to create space where my head is. Here and here. Now, how am I going to find a way to create that space? So I've tried to do this, but he's too strong. So you can see I've dropped. I'm not going to waste time trying to fight. I'm not going to waste time and do that, because I also have to think about my safety and possibly, boom, take a knee. So straight away, I need to think about space, space, space. Space equals opportunity. Okay, so I've secured one hand. Doesn't matter which way. I start to think about his face. I want his jaw to move away from my head, but he's got a tough neck. So as I'm pushing, it's not working. I might try and push this way, it's not working. So you have options. In the ring, you can't do this. You can easily go for the eyes, push the eyes, and obviously his head's gonna go back. You can't do that in the ring. In the ring, what you can do is manipulate the nose and the breathing. So for example, here, remember your adrenaline is rushing, his heart's beating really fast, which means he needs a lot of oxygen. If I'm grabbing his nose and his mouth and I'm making it difficult for him to breathe, he's gonna try and shake it off. As he tries to shake it off, I can come through. So now you can see I've tucked my chin because I'm thinking about I don't really want that to happen to me. I'm stopping to allow, and then again you see he's going for my jaw. I tuck my jaw. What you can't do in the ring, you can't go for the eyes. So if you wanted to go for the eyes, you could push the eyes straight away. That's it. It's so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable. There's space. Another one. So we've controlled the breathing. Let's say they don't mind holding their breath for a while. So Talal's got me in the clinch. He doesn't mind holding his breath for a while. So I'm grabbing here. In this moment, he's just using whatever oxygen he's got and he's trying to throw knees and stuff like that. So what I would do is very simple. You just use your thumb. Use your thumb, reach for the bridge of the nose and just push. Yeah, there's nothing he can do, no matter the size of the person. Trust me, no matter the size of the person. Pushing the thumb on the bridge of the nose is so uncomfortable. The cartilage there is so weak that all they're gonna wanna do is make you stop. So they're gonna do this. So that, as you can see, he broke straight away. If he's a bit stubborn, what he will do is still do this, but there'll be air pockets that I can come through and then I've got the full clinch. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, okay, cool, this might never happen. No one might get me in the clinch, but it works the same way for any sort of hug. Let's say he's hugging me. Let's say he's grabbed me from around my shoulders, but my hands are up. So he grabbed me here, you can see it's there. I can push. Straight away, he's broken his grip, and I can control the head. Yeah? So that's number one. If he's got me side on and he's got me in the headlock, straight away I can reach for the face and I'm pushing. It doesn't have to be pretty, it doesn't have to be the fun. As long as you're pushing that nose away, it's so uncomfortable. Okay, so that's option number 2. Let's look at option number 3. Straight away, they've come to grab, it doesn't matter whether it's my shoulders or whether it's my head. Let's go for the head. He's gone to grab my head. Cool, he's got it. I've got one hand. Straight away, remember before we lifted 2 elbows, I might just lift one. Lift it up. So now it's in between both of our arms. I didn't drop this hand. Remember I always said it's important to have one hand for safety. So I've got one hand. It might not be on the plum, but I'm holding his neck now. The reason why I'm holding his neck, because I want to create like a sandwich between us. So he's got my arm, his arm, my shoulder. Now, if I lock it here, if I squeeze it tight, he's now unable to move. If I bring my arm round and I hold my own arm and then I squeeze tight and put my head on his head, remember there's no air pockets. If I wanted to squeeze, I could squeeze. If I wanted to change my grip and squeeze, I could squeeze. But from this position here, there's nothing he can do. He can try and throw knees, but if I wanted to, I can just step. I step round, turn over, just like how we did with holding those rib kicks. Step round, turn over, he'll end up on his back. That's another option. The last option I'm going to show you now is to what happens if they grab you by the waist. So let's say he grabbed my waist. Yeah, so from this position here, he's grabbed my waist. What I want to do is feel my chest close to his. So from here, I can feel his grip already. It's not as strong as he thinks it is. What I want to do is feel his arms where his elbows are, and if I squeeze here, you can see it will break. But it might be tight that I might not even be able to, yeah, this is better. I might not even be able to use my hands. So what I want to do is push my chest onto his, push my bum out, so it's like here, you can see this posture here, and then I squeeze the arm. If I squeeze the arm, what I'm now doing is I'm manipulating his body. If he doesn't want to break my grip, if he doesn't want to break his grip, I can then just move and he'll move. So watch this. He's here, he's got me tight. I can feel it's very tight. So I push him down now. I'm squeezing, and you can see if I wanted to step, he will go, yeah? So all that is just squeezing the arm. So let's go through them again. We've got number 1. I want you to do this with me, same time. Someone's going to grab you, doesn't matter where, head, you literally lift off straight away. You react nice and quick. Let's say they grab your head, lift off nice and quick. You step back and you've got all the other techniques that we've shown you. Let's say you missed that one. They've grabbed you, good. You've got the one hand, remember? But look, I messed it up. Why did I mess it up? How did I mess it up? I didn't have my hand secure. So watch again. You secure the hand. One hand over, step round to the side, hold your own wrist, and they're stuck. Yeah? From here you can throw knees, you can twist them, loads of different options. So let's do that again together. Slow motion. They go in for the clinch, cool. You secure one hand, you drop your weight, keep your chest up, you lift one elbow, you sandwich in between you. So you got his head, his arm, my head. This arm turns into like a lock. This arm you reach and you close. That's it. Let's go again. Here, secure one hand, drop, lift. You can step at the same time, lock, reach and lock, yeah? One more time. Make sure you're doing this at the same time. Guard is up, good. One hand secure, drop, lift, step and lock. Perfect. That's option number 2. Okay, Option number 3. Your guard is there. Cool. They've got you nice and tight. You secure with one hand. You reach for the face. Remember, you got the eyes, you got the jaw, you got the nose. Push the nose, or you can push the jaw. You can come through the middle. Start off with if they didn't break. And now you've got the full plum. Or go again. Remember, secure one hand, reach the face. Good. If they haven't broke, you can lift and break out. Hopefully they break. You don't have to do that, but it works either way. Okay, so now moving on to the last option that we looked at today is what if you was to get bear hugged, like you've been grabbed, and let's say you're at the top and they've gone below. You drop, remember you drop that weight, kind of anchor that weight, so drop it, sit into it, really get that chest against chest, head against head, and then you can squeeze. Squeeze, so now you've got control over their body. If their grip doesn't break, like this, and they got a really nice tight grip, then as long as you're squeezing, that's actually helping you because you've got full manipulation of their body. So if I wanted to step out to my left and turn backwards this way, he's gonna go. If I wanted to go this way, he's gonna go. And the same way, if he tried to control me, all I've got to do is just drop my weight even more. Yeah, it makes it a lot harder for him. And the more he tries, the less he's thinking about his grip, and then I can break the grip. So that's just simply how it works. There's so many different techniques, and you can YouTube clinch techniques when it comes to Thai boxing. But these are just a few. These, along with the striking techniques, the counters, you can just kind of put them together. Go over these videos, practice them as often as you can, and they become natural. They become somewhat normal to you. So before you know it, someone's throwing a hook at you and you're responding. They're throwing a kick at you and you're responding. They're throwing a punch, they're responding. They're going to grab you and you can see you're responding. So many different things that you can do. You want it to be a reaction rather than stopping, thinking, what should I do now? Practice makes permanent. So I've been Mark.
I've been Tala.
And you've been great. I'll see you very, very soon.
My mouthpiece is gone. No, I'm sorry, that was not a mouthpiece. Joking pull opens up with a right left to the head and it follows with those knees. Takes 2 knees, 3, 4, and he's throwing wild swings.